Hi there. Welcome to the Jenn Hayward Show. I'm currently at Adventure Seeker Sarah's house because she was on adventure and I wanted to see my little buddy Lyndon. For anyone knows, I do Lyndon Learns. And I want to talk about a few things today, but first I want to interview my special guest, Lyndon. Lyndon, do you want to come on Auntie's lap or do you want me to turn the TV to you? Turn the TV to you. All right. Where are you? There you are. Oh, but we can't see you very well. You look like you're a ghost. Do you want to come over here? No. There. How about we just move you over here? That's right. We're live TV, baby. Where'd he go? There he is. Lyndon, say hi to the universe. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
Jenn.
Your name is Lyndon. And who am I?
Auntie Jenn.
Auntie Jenn. And who's my husband? Uncle? What's his name?
Uncle Josh.
Uncle Josh. And what does Uncle Josh sound like? Applesauce. So you started calling. That's right. Lyndon is the best interviewer ever. Okay, Lyndon. When he's leaving, what did you call Uncle Josh applesauce? You want to sing the song? Okay, let's do this. Uncle Josh's applesauce. Uncle Josh's applesauce. Uncle Josh's applesauce. And he's really cute. Uncle, and then it just goes on. Fun song. High five. Do you want to do the can't touch this?
Yeah.
Can't touch this. Do. Okay, after my show, we'll play sand. Say bye to everybody. Bye, everybody. All right, that's Lyndon, whose show Lyndon Learns will be coming. And Auntie Jenn, yes. All right, and now I have a great guest, Adventure Seeker Sarah. We're going to talk. Actually, I'm just going to let her tell you her story. For the few fans of mine who don't follow her. So Adventure Seeker Sarah goes on adventure. She just came back from one. There she is. Yes. Okay. So Sarah I want to get you in the. There we go. I'll just pop in like this every now and then.
Oh no, we can fit both of us in here. Look, see?
It's true. Oh my
There we
God.
go.
That's way too much cuteness for one place. All right. So first of all, behind us, we have all the board games for Adventure Seeker Sarah. And I'm going my very first time to World Board Game Championships. So I've been playing for 6 hours a day online games just for this. And I've only played one and I'm still an average player. I think I put all my eggs in one basket.
Okay, so here's the thing though, and I keep telling this to even people who go to WBC
Mhm.
and don't regularly win laurels like me.
Yeah. A laurel is a game, I think.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
So anytime you like place in a game on your badge, the next year they put little laurels, like when you
Like you're a-
yeah. So they
like medals.
So they there's the number of laurels you've won. You get a certain amount for placing at certain spots in each tournament. So Dahlia, who was 5 at the time, won laurels before I did.
5-year-old one. All right.
We just let them play in the adult tournaments because they're good kids. And why not?
Wait. The kids beat the adults at age 5? Oh yeah. Well, they're smart. By the way, can I tell you, Lily, if you're watching, we love you. We played Pirates Cove with Lily, and it's a fun game, and it's probably one of my favorites here. And we're playing Pirates Cove, and at the end, Lily convinces Josh and I to basically all go to the same place in a peaceful gesture, and it's like, oh, love and harmony. And then she bailed, and the two of us ended up dying, and I was like, that was a piratey thing.
There's a thing that you can do where you go and fight like the big bad pirate. And it's a lot easier if you convince other people to go with you, right? But then you have to split the treasure.
She left us all.
She just convinced them to go and then ran away.
And we never trusted her children ever again after the one game of Pirates Cove.
Don't trust them in games. That's for sure. They're very trustworthy individuals, but not if it's a bluffing game.
If it's a bluffing game, that's it.
There's not a chance.
They do not cheat at any other games. They're very honest.
They are. Oh my gosh! If Lily ever caught you cheating, she would never play a game with you again.
Well, no, and why should you? There's no reason to cheat. There's no reason. Okay, so yesterday you were coming home, and we're all following along in Nova Scotia, and all of a sudden you hit. Tell what happened to you.
We didn't even hit anything.
Okay.
So all of a sudden we're driving along, and I heard a sound, and I said to Adam, "Whoa, is that the tire?" And immediately he reacted very quickly. He pulled off. But he could only pull off so far because the tire just started smoking.
Okay.
So we, how sometimes where you have an on-ramp to the highway, and then, the highway, we have this triangle of nothingness in between where
Yes.
the two meet.
Yeah.
That's where we ended up.
Oh, okay. So you're in you're in the Bermuda
Right.
Triangle.
So
yeah.
so of course, you know, we are responsible travelers. We have CAA and we even have CAA Gold. We're really in there.
Woohoo.
So we called CAA and they were, you know,
Ring ring.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah, exactly.
I'm
So-
Sarah and I'm calling CAA UBCAA. Hello, my car is broken.
Okay, we'll send a tow truck. How many people do you have?
You must be on Bluetooth. We have 7 people in this van right now.
We had 6.
Oh, you had 6 people in this van right now.
Well, we can only drive 2 to any location.
Oh, so what do the kids do?
Like,
No, she didn't say that.
yeah, I kind of did. I was like, should we just leave all the poor kids to live in the ditch? Like, what's the plan here then?
6 family members enter, 2 get to go home.
So yeah, she basically said, well, that's not really our problem. You'll have to figure that out yourself.
CAA not happy with that. Unless, yes.
Well, and I tried to be in good spirits, but and she just kept asking more and more questions. And I was like, okay, wait. So maybe I wasn't clear. Like, we're stuck literally in the middle of the highway with a van full of children. We kind of need help now.
Yeah.
Like, can you just send someone? But yeah, it was a very weird experience. However, they sent a tow truck. While that was happening, I was trying to like look for an Uber or a taxi. No one would come there. Obviously, we were in the middle of nowhere and in the middle of the highway. Like, it wasn't a good situation. But then the tow truck guy called me because he was en route, and he was lovely. And when he got there, he was super duper helpful. He was trying to like look for someone who would drive us, and he was really trying to be helpful. Like,
That's nice. So
was,
he's not part of CAA.
Oh no, and he
saw a stranded family and was like, maybe I should do more.
He was awesome. Like, he was really trying.
Okay.
And then someone else saw us and came over and said, so see that bus over there? I'm driving that bus all the way to Montreal. So I can take you like as far as that if you'd like. And now here's the thing. This gets weird, like some of my other stories, right?
Does, yeah.
So as we were walking there, so what had happened was we went to the nearest rest stop. We walked along the highway to the rest stop because that's what the tow truck driver had suggested, because it was safer than sitting in the middle of the highway. And as we were walking through the parking lot, I saw this bus and I took a picture of it.
Okay.
Because I was like, hey, look at that cool little bus.
Well, backtrack a little
because
bit.
we
just
leased a bus, and it was very similar to the one we leased for our brewery tours.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take a picture of it, also to look up what the tour company was and if they had cool tours, right?
Yeah.
So I actually had taken a picture of this bus, and then when we went into the rest stop, Delia actually saw this guy and saw him eating soup and was like, there's no soup here. That's weird. Why is he eating soup? You know, and like, acknowledged his existence. And it was extra.
Where'd you get your soup, dude?
Yeah. Well, it was extra funny because we had just tried to go to La Vie to get Tim Hortons because Lily really likes Tim Hortons chili. So if she can convince us to stop at a Tim Hortons, she's happy.
Well, you're stranded. You might as well, right?
No, it was before that.
Okay.
So this was the hour before.
Okay.
We tried to stop in La Vie, and all of their Tim Hortons had their doors locked because they were understaffed. So we were behind like an hour. So
you're looking for a career change. La Vie, Tim Hortons is hiring.
So if we hadn't had that really annoying slowdown, we never would have met this guy though.
Wow,
right?
You've just been stranded there still
forever. Like, no, we had friends who were offering to come pick us up 4.5 hours, but we would have lived at that rest stop for the night. Like,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
So he came over and said, "Yeah, I've got this bus, so I can take you where you want to go."
So hey, let's backtrack there. A family of 6 is stranded. The only thing that could possibly save them is an empty bus, and poof, an empty bus appears.
And it was funny because one of the girls said something to him about this being such a great coincidence, and he went, "Oh no, everything's connected," and they all looked at me like, "Wait, what?"
That's what she says. Is what I say.
That's what she says all the time.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. And then when we were on the bus, one of the girls said, "Man, this is really weird. Like, this is awesome. This is really weird." And he was like, "Yes, weird is awesome. You keep being weird. Like, that's what you need to do."
And that's also what she said.
And they all looked at me like, "Is this guy just you, but driving a bus? Like, what is going on here?"
It's really weird that this is the second time in a month that this has happened, where she has met someone who ended up being a musician who is kinetically and connectivity. I'm not saying we did it. I'm just saying Okay,
Yeah,
hi,
but
buddy.
things are
Yeah.
connected, and that's the thing. Like I
After
say
the
this
show,
all the time,
come
right? That you need to be actually actively watching for those connections because they are everywhere.
They are.
And I mean, he was doing that, and what a nice thing for someone to do. He literally saved
Yes.
us. We would have been having a much worse night if it wasn't for that guy. But
And it's
yeah.
one small gesture. Now they're going to be, by the way, Friday at 6:00 on Connect TV and Adventure Seeker Sarah. We'll be talking to
Oliver.
We'll be talking to Oliver.
We call him Stranger Bus Guy.
Stranger Bus Guy. His name is Stranger Bus Guy.
But yes, Oliver, and he was lovely. He I mean,
yeah.
we
puzzles.
certainly wouldn't have gotten into a bus with him if he didn't seem like a good dude, right?
Well, absolutely. And they were live streaming the entire thing.
Yes,
so I would be like,
and I told him that. I was like, hey, I'll live stream this. This will be great.
So we tell kids to do when they're dating, right?
Yeah.
Don't go on
just
a
live
stranger's
stream
house.
it all. No, I don't think that's what we tell kids when they're
No,
dating.
unless you're charging.
No, don't
let
do
someone
that,
know
children.
where you are.
Yes.
I have to take advice from you. I'm a comedian. She's the adventure.
I was also sharing my location with a friend of ours as well.
Excellent.
But you know, it actually ended up being a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
And then, so we get off the stranger bus. We literally picked a hotel at random.
Yeah.
Because it was close to the Canadian
quality
Tire.
in small town. I'm sure it was the highest of quality, right?
And I've gone to plenty of Quality Inns, and they're nice. Like it's a good place to spend a night. But this was like it was almost like I was dreaming. This was literally one of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed at. Like for a budget hotel, right?
Yeah.
But there was like a little art gallery on the second floor.
Art gallery.
They had.
I saw it. She showed me the room. It's huge, and I was like, "You could fit two of your family in there."
Our room was huge.
Yeah.
It had 2 queen beds and a pull-out sofa. Okay. The biggest TV I've ever seen in a hotel room. Plus, like all your little kitchenette stuff, which not every hotel has. The little mini fridge and the coffee maker, which is very important. Yes. and it also had even a microwave. Like incredibly spacious. We could have fit a whole other family in there on air mattresses. Like
wow,
there was
it seemed very
much room.
Yeah.
There was a little reading nook like just outside.
So there's amazing. So those again backtrack. This is an adventure seeker, so someone who blogs about tourism, and she magically ends up in one of the nicer budget hotels she's been in with all these things in this cute little town that she'd never experienced.
Free breakfast, pool, like
strange man. And so if you go to her feed, Adventure Seeker Sarah, you'll also see they didn't blink. And that's what I love about this, because I mean, I would have known if she was losing her shit. Like from a personal point of view, I would have been like, I think Sarah's losing it. But I was like, oh, all right, I'm going to bed soon. So if you need a ride, I will send someone. I may have been, I was not driving anywhere. And but it all worked out really nice. And it was honestly, he
just bonked his head.
Oh, he's okay.
Go ahead, carry on.
Well, no, so earlier in the day, I had been having some weird mental health issues around something for a couple of weeks, and Sarah's the only one I really talked to and Josh about it. It's just something like a small trigger that doesn't make sense. It's one of those things where my brain and my heart are just disconnected, and I'm like, I'm looking for something chaotic, and this thing was definitely chaotic. And anyway, but I was just feeling, and I was just like, and I was internalizing it. And I just was not trusting our whole vision as best friends and this business and everything. And I'm just like, I'm scared and I'm fearful and I'm having doubt. And so I took a nap, and then I was a little better. And then this happens to remind me that everything is freaking, never doubt her, never doubt myself, that we are on this weird path. And it is weird at times.
Oh, yeah.
And there's been a lot. I mean, keep in mind, my husband is living at her mom's house thousands of miles away. And it's just all very natural. And he's going here and I'm going to Zambia. Like it's because we've made some choices to follow our calling. And that's where this whole session is about, because we're adventure seekers. There's so much, but I want to take it on those small callings. So we had another very small thing that happened the other day. Do you want to say hi again? Yeah. Want to say hi?
I don't want to say hi. It's the Lyndon show now. No, he's gone.
He's gone. Sorry, his dad just came home. Oh no, he's coming over here
to
say
hi.
Probably
fickle. It's fine.
He's like, oh, there he is.
Buddy,
Are you coming up?
Yeah. No, he wants to play sand. Okay, tell your story.
Well, no, and so I've been having a pretty rough day there, and then was that the story that I was saying?
No, you're saying another one.
Oh,
But
no.
if you're forgetting, I have a fun story
Yeah,
that
you go.
actually this is really important because
Okay.
I need everyone to do this.
Oh, the kindness story. Let me do mine and then you do yours because I'm more.
Oh, you have another kindness
Yes.
story? Okay, mine's
Well-
also one that you haven't heard. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, this one is because it's connected to my guest. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So basically, we discovered someone in a general area who hadn't been, that there was a slight altercation outside the house one morning, and my son and I were driving. And we immediately stopped. And it's funny, another carload stopped the same time we did. And it was on Canada Day, so maybe 10 a.m. And it was interesting what happened. They immediately went after the guy who was exhibiting verbal abuse and some physical abuse. Yeah, not right now.
You
I have to
be
finish
patient, buddy.
We got to finish our show first, buddy, and then we'll do it, okay? But if you yell at me while I'm doing the show, then the show takes longer. It's adorable, mind you. I'll probably get more views if you come back on, but I'm just saying.
Gotta be patient. Dude.
Auntie's going to tell a story, and then your mommy. So you have to understand, guys, I haven't seen my little buddy for a long time. And
very excited. For 2 days, he's been saying, Auntie Jen, back Lyndon's house.
Back Lyndon's house. Well, especially because he saw pictures of me at his house. And he's like, I'm not there, but you're there. So you live there now. Because I'm like, I'm never at my house because I stayed here. Okay. So we saw this altercation. So those three guys, other male testosterone guys, went after the guy and started yelling at him. But Julian jumped out, went right to the woman. So my son did. And so, and immediately checked she was okay. And then some other things happened. But this is where, okay, so that's anyone will do that. But this is that little, the kindness, maybe not, but the kindness factor that, where it just stops you. And sometimes it's just a moment. The person was apologizing for bothering us, and it didn't sit comfortable. And I know Sarah has some history with helping people through these situations. And so I immediately phoned her and said, listen, there's nothing I can do here. There's an altercation at this address. Is it something, you might know someone in the neighborhood? And through that network, that way, I'm not taking on most people don't stop and help because they're like, it's like, and I'm going to say it's awful, but like if someone like passed away or their animal did, I really will be careful who I actually comment on, who I won't, because the algorithms change and that's everything. And you're like, and then all I'm hearing about is death. I've had it happen. So in this case, it's like, oh, how invested do I have to be to do one small act of kindness? And I said, no, this is bigger than I could even handle. Like, it's just not in my wheelhouse. It's not, but, and I'm not saying that Sarah's going to take it on, but she will know someone. And through the acts of kindness, that people are just looking out for each other in society. And I think I was really proud of my son, by the way. And it's not like,
he did a great job.
He did a great job. And it's not a pat ourselves back. It's just that's that extra. Being nice is a thing. And we're talking a lot about that. Being nice is not necessarily being nice, actually. Being kind, but being kindness is intention, and it's like thinking, is that person going to be okay? And so I want to hear Sarah's story, and I want to thank you all for listening to that story.
So this actually happened today, and but I mean, we do things like this all the time, but it's a very small thing. So if I see someone out on the street and I think they have a nice dress or their hair looks nice or I really like their earrings, I tell them, because why wouldn't you?
Why
right?
wouldn't
like
you? Exactly.
That might be just the thing that makes someone's day a little bit brighter, right?
Yeah.
And so we were walking into a rest stop, and I saw a lady and told her how nice her dress was.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. She looked like she was just going to cry. But then a little while later, I was with one of the girls who wasn't there at that moment and walked by the same lady and said, oh, I love your dress.
Because she's raised people to be,
She was like, oh my gosh. And then I came around the corner and I went, oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
And so she was just like, you keep doing that. Like, that is amazing.
We don't do that enough. Like, just a compliment.
And why? Why, right? Like, it's
because people are afraid to make contact. People are afraid to invest. Like, people, it's on the exact same note. So I didn't even realize someone said something to me today. Same thing. I look radiant, radiant.
Not radiating, radiant.
And I immediately messaged Sarah, so because it made my day. I was like, someone called me
exactly.
radiant. I mean, I was like, duh. But still, it was like, it's nice to get affirmed. But all of that is just, it doesn't take much. And I think like everything is connected. I want everyone to go on Friday, because Sarah on Adventure Seeker Sarah has been really diving into this subject, and I've been really diving more into kindness and making inappropriate jokes. We all have our brands, and so I really encourage you. And also, while she's here, I want to say, when we go to World board game championships. I'm going to be live locationing everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to do live streams of games I've never seen, and I'm going to be the sports announcer, the color commentary, and I'm like, oh yeah, Adam is putting this thing. No, I don't know what I'm doing, but definitely check those out. With Adventure Seeker Sarah, 6 o'clock on Friday. I want to thank her very much for coming in.
And you'll get to hear all about
Yeah,
Stranger Bus Driver.
I am
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
coming into Stranger Bus Driver time. So
He was really cool dude. Like he
Yeah.
was fun to talk to. We got to all chat with him for 30 minutes on the way to our location,
Yeah.
and I think we'll have a fun time listening to him. So
excellent. So I will be tuning in for that. I hope everyone is. Thanks for coming to Connect TV, the Jenn Hayward Show. I have a random thing that I do every day, every Monday at 6:30, and I actually have a lot at the can, but I really want to talk to Sarah today, so I came over, and now I'm going to go play sand with Lyndon because he has been yelling at it for quite a while.
and
So,
I'm going to tell everyone happy adventuring.
happy adventure. I love that. Okay, bye. I have no tagline except for also floss, but it doesn't even make sense. But don't be.
Everybody should floss. It's important.
It's important. It's really.